angel fly within my life, beside me in all I do.
Hey everyone, and welcome to your weekly angel reading for August the 17th through to the 23rd. I'm going to be using the Angel Tarot cards once again this week, so let's see what they have to say for us for Monday and Tuesday. Alright, here we go. So this is an interesting card, Ego, Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So this is really a reminder, or rather a warning for us to really watch our thoughts in the next couple of days, to really ask ourselves, am I responding from fear right now or from love? That can be a really simple question. And the quickest way to recognize that is, am I feeling good, or am I feeling tense or tight or like I'm not good enough? You know that fear will make you feel the latter, right? To really recognize that fear wants to keep us small. That ego here, by the way, ego and fear are interchangeable in these terms. Sometimes people will think ego is like just, being superior. Yes, it is, but really truthfully, that's the same thing, right? Being in fear, being feeling like you are separate from everyone else, whether that means that you feel less than or more than. In truth, we are all equal. And our ego, in these moments of transformation that we're going through, it's interesting because we spoke last week about there being changes, especially within our career, about it being a big time to move forward. And I have found in my experience that we as human beings, will feel more fearful, and our ego will give us 1,000 reasons why we can't make that change, why we're not good enough, why we're not capable enough, why we haven't got this, it's not the right time, and blah, 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 because it wants us to stay small, it wants us to stay in the same place. That's what our ego does. But just like a child, we can have compassion for that. Our ego, I like to see it as like a little child that we want to pay attention to, give compassion to, in the fact that, it's part of our human experience. And I always say to people that if we didn't have an ego, we wouldn't be here, because we would just be that divine love that we are and be in heaven. The whole point of our ego is to give us that humanness and yet not be overruled by it. That's what, to me, I feel like the human experience is asking us to, is to remember love as much as we can, but also just to know that our ego is part of the human experience. So we want to sometimes be gentle with ourselves, have compassion for ourselves, and say, hey, thanks. I know this is my fear talking, this is my ego talking, but I'm going to take that step forward anyway. I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to follow my guidance anyway. I'm going to listen to my heart anyway, so that we can acknowledge it, but we also don't let it rule us, which is really ultimately the best that we can do, right? So Archangel Jophiel is a beautiful angel to call on in these moments, because her name means beauty of God, and one of her main roles is to help us to feel that beauty, to help us to feel uplifted and peaceful. And so you can say, thank you, Jophiel, for helping me to feel peaceful, for helping me to rise above my fears so that I can take action right now. Thank you, Jophiel, for helping me to feel worthy of all good, for helping me to feel confident, and whatever it is that you want to feel, so that I can move forward with my life. Okay, so Jophiel, beautiful angel, just reminding us to follow our heart, not our fears, to remember that we're the only ones stopping ourselves right now. It says a false sense of entrapment. We're not really trapped. It's us that makes us feel that way. So listen to your heart. You can listen to those fearful thoughts if you want, but ultimately that's only going to make us feel stuck and not so great, right? Here we go for the middle of the week. Oh, interesting. 7 of Earth. Seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. So this again is the same message really. So it's really important this week that we focus on what we desire rather than the lack of it, just as we said. So when we're praying, I think it's much more empowering to say thank you as if the help has already happened, that what we want has already happened, rather than staying in that space of like, please help me, I don't have any money. You know, that's really staying in that place of like, you know, that you're a victim. Watch the victim. Again, it's okay. We're all victims sometimes because we all get hurt and we're all wounded in some way. But don't stay in that space because it doesn't help anything. Worrying and worrying and worrying about things that are really out of your control is not the greatest thing. And there's a really great saying. I can't remember whether I'm paraphrasing this or not, but it's really saying, you know, can you control this right now? Can you control what you're worrying about? And if you can, you want to do something about it. You want to pray. You want to feel empowered. You want to take action. And if you can't do something about what you're worrying about, then why worry? Because, you know, you're just going to have to let it go. So really worry doesn't do you any favors. Really getting into that space of asking for help from God and the angels, asking for help from other people, perhaps doing something that will help you to feel like you're moving forward, and just knowing that who you are is a really powerful, magnificent, capable being, and that worry is unnecessary. And this is also saying that even if there is some worry going on, it's just a little temporary glitch. You don't need to stay stuck in it. It isn't who you are. You're just having a moment. And this week, obviously, particularly because we had 2 cards about that, it's important just to keep your fears in check. Okay, so the end of the week. Oh, interesting again. Life experience. Archangel Chamuel says, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. So this suggests also that by the weekend we're going to have that aha light bulb. Oh, okay. So this is what I'm learning from these fearful moments. Again, it's all in divine order. Even when we have those fearful moments, those moments where perhaps our stuff, if you like, is coming out, it's all good because ultimately it gives us more clarity in the end. But the angels are saying it's really important to keep with the flow that we spoke about last week, that this is a really powerful time of change. It is time to spread your wings. You can do it. You are capable. And so listen to that. Listen to that which you know to be true rather than all the chaotic thoughts that may be swirling around. This can mean that, you know, in traditional tarot, this can mean the Tower. So it can mean that things crumble down and feel more challenging before it gets better. But that's kind of what we've already been experiencing the rest of the week. So that by the weekend, we're actually going to be able to really see the blessings within our situation. So yes, we are human. We have challenges. Just don't let them get the better of you this week. Don't let your fears get the better of you. You are not your fears. You are so much more than that. And you can ask the angels at any time to help you to rise above and to use your wings to soar to great heights, because you are ready, you are capable, and you are so, so loved. I will speak to you next week. It's an interesting week. Let me know how you're getting on. Let me know which fears you're willing to rise above this week to create beautiful change in your life, because, you know, that is the thing that we're going to remember when we are at the end of our lives. What do we do that's courageous and loving and beautiful? Not all of the fearful stuff, not all of the worries or the challenges. We remember the love. We remember the love, how much we are loved, how much we are loving to ourselves and to others. So focus on that as much as you can and you'll have a beautiful week. Speak to you next week, everyone. Bye-bye for now.